Since I started making videos on YouTube, I always found creating product B-rolls are one of the most creative portion of the filming process. The shots are always so much fun to create, but I never take the time to get better at it. Hello, I'm Stephanie. Today, I want to share with you my first attempt at creative product photography at home. Since we recently signed up for Skillshare, that's where I decided to start. I took 2 classes by Tabitha on product photography and couldn't wait to give it a try. For equipment, I decided to shoot with the RF50mm F1.8 lens on the Canon R6. There's no specific reason for choosing this lens except I was inspired by Peter McKinnon's latest product photography video. I rarely use the 50mm, so I also wanted to give him a chance to play. For materials, I wanted to work with what I already had, but I did end up buying 2 black foam boards for one of the sets. As a challenge, I decided to take pictures of 3 very different products: a beauty gadget developed by my friend's company, the very cool digital wireless mic system from DJI, and a water filtration system that we've been loving in our new apartment. I worked with natural lighting for both the Nebulyft and the Ropot, but I wish I had more control of the light for the smaller product. The key message I wanted to communicate with the beauty gadget was beauty, natural, and self-care. At first, I tried to shoot using our countertop to get this bathroom counter vibe, but I didn't like how it looked, so I moved to a different surface. I started with the product by itself, then added natural elements like wood and greenery to it. The reflected surface made it hard to light. The shape of the gadget was also hard to keep it in place. I ended up using some blue tacks to keep it somewhat in place. Another thing to always keep in mind is to make sure that the brand is always in focus. My second idea was to create a gift box type of scene. I used my wood serving bowl with these artificial flowers I purchased for another shoot. I love how this one turned out, although I still struggled with lighting and the background. The second product was the Ropot. I thought this one was going to be the most challenging since it's such a huge product. I love how it looks on the wood console table, so I styled it there. The message I'm creating here is clean and purity. I wanted to highlight its filters and how modern it looks versus other filters. I also use my plants as props again here. Although we love this filter, its biggest weakness is that every time we make water, we get these rejected water left in the tank as well. We came up with a lot of ways to not waste the water, and using it to water our plants is one of them. So our plants are really enjoying the Ropot as well. Because it's so big, I try to shoot it in different angles instead of trying different sets. I wanted to highlight the glass cutoff and the multiple filters it uses. Besides the annoying cable covers on the wall, I'm happy with how this one turned out. Lastly, the third product I shot was the DJI wireless mics. I thought this was going to be the easiest since I had a little more experience filming tech gadget than other products, but it was actually the most challenging. I wanted to create a dark, vibey, and cool scene for it because I love the matte material DJI used for the system. I waited until nighttime to shoot, and I set up the scene on this new IKEA black cabinet that Andrew bought recently for his set. The challenge here I learned was that the product is so small, it makes it hard to create different elevation or depth while keeping things in focus in this dark space. I also learned that any specks of dust shows extremely well on this material. I'm definitely adding wipe down the products to my checklist before shooting. I used these color lights we have for lighting, and I wanted to make the scene more interesting, but the only thing I could think of was adding a camera to the scene. But because the camera was also in black, I didn't like how there's another black object catching our attention in the shot. I wasn't that happy about these photos, so I decided to give it another try the next day. I went out to get 2 black foam boards to use as backdrop and gave it another try. It looks so much better, and working on a tripod made it so much easier. I don't know why I didn't set it up earlier. I tried to take some overhead shots, but really struggled since we don't have an overhead tripod head. I got some shots I was happy with, so I called it a day for this first round of projects. For the last phase of the project, I selected the photos I liked in Bridge, then added them in Camera Raw. It was a lot of fun to work on these projects, and I already learned a lot in my first attempt. I love how this type of lifestyle product shoot allowed for more creativity. Next, I would like to learn how to work with different types of lighting. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully seeing my process inspire you to create similar projects. If you have any tips and tricks on product photography, feel free to share in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.